Hey guys, welcome back to Intrinsic. We wanted to give a big shout out and thank you to everybody. We're getting really close to 3,000 subscribers, which is awesome. Happy New Year to everybody, and we're really looking forward to 2019 and all the stuff that we're going to be doing. We have a lot of big plans with Sam's Commando Jeep and some of our other projects as well. So stay tuned for all that. Thanks again. All right.
Alrighty guys, package came in the mail yesterday. It is the next day. Here are what's supposed to be the new shocks. I say new, but they are used. Just like the front ones were, they're just new to me. So I did get a really good deal on them. They were the only ones that were going to be on the market that would pretty much just fit my needs. Alright, so here's what we are dealing with. It says the rear came off of a 2012 Jeep. Shows the specs on the Jeep. Jeep had low miles, so who really knows how long these were on for. Either way, they're probably still going to be good for a little while anyway. So the seller used some like packaging tape, and it left some residue. I can't imagine why they thought it was a good idea to use that, but I'm gonna use some Goo Gone, Simple Green, stuff like that. See if I can't get all this cleaned up. Looks like they have a little bit of overspray of like some frame paint or something at one point. That won't be a problem. Just gonna take some acetone to that. That'll come right off. And then these little attachments at the top are the only things that have really any surface rust or any corrosion. So I'm guessing they're from the north, but that is all good. Going to grease those up, clean those up, and we'll be ready to roll. Alrighty guys, got the rear trash out of here. About to put the Fox shocks up in there. So this is what it looks like whenever you don't have shocks. Alrighty guys, shocks are now in. It's gonna ride a whole lot better. It's gonna be pretty cool once we get the 4.5 inch or 4 inch, whatever it might end up being, springs in there. So you're gonna be able to see those really well. Golden Eagle. That's like, I wanna say, like the last year model of a model, like the last year of a JK. Yeah, it's 2018. You can tell how it says Wrangler JK, different fonts, Golden Eagle. I think they do that on the last year model of every model. So like a 2006 TJ or, 2018 JK. It's kind of got like that Sahara grill decal. That JL is nice though. That Stingray Rubicon, of course. 33s, high clearance fenders. Got the power dome hood. It's got the regular halogen headlights, I believe. Really nice color. It's a Stingray with that red accent. Looks pretty good. Smoke. Alright, there's the finished product, all soldered together, all heat shrunk and electrical taped twice just to make sure this is going to be permanent. Looks pretty good. The light does work, so it should not be going anywhere for a long time. Now I'm just gonna finish rerouting all this excess and then start putting everything back together. So this is how it is currently sitting, you know, with like, I wanna say 3.5 inches in the front on the coil height, and then about 3 1/4 in the rear. So as you guys saw, we got the windows tinted. We got these tinted a little bit less to match these. So as you guys saw, we have the Toyo MT Open Country 37 by 1350 R17. Same wheels as we had on Big Sauce at first, the Method NV non-beadlock wheel. Those are the simulated beadlock wheels. They have a 0mm offset. We also have 1.75 inch Synergy wheel spacers. We need to finish blacking those out just so it does not show any red. We do have aftermarket lug nuts just to fit those wheels specifically. This is one of our favorite 37-inch tires. You can still see that it has little nubs on there, so they're really fresh. This is one of the most true to size 37s that I've personally had. They almost look like 40s. A lot of people ask if they are 40s. They also have a really thick sidewall, just like Nitto does. Nitto and Toyo are made by the same people though. So in the front we have Fox 2.0 shocks, temporary coil spacer setup. That is what came on the Jeep, but here are the Rubicon rails. We picked those up, really good deal, Facebook Marketplace. That's where we get some really good deals on. We did end up trimming the rear just as we trimmed the pinch seams. Had to do that separate. Trimmed these while they were off. Got it nice, smooth, perfect, painted. Got the cap back on, just like it was factory, like it had never been cut. Got a really good deal on this metal cloak track bar bracket that will be staying with the build for a very long time. Metal cloak makes really good stuff. Moving on to the rear here, we just tinted out these taillights, taped them all up. Obviously took the taillight off. You know, like a rattle can of lens tint. Not really the best thing, but as long as you do a lot of preparation, it turns out really well. We just wanted to get all the red out of the Jeep possible. Went with a poison spider, delete cover, of course, as with the tramp stamp. Still got this little factory sticker, which is pretty cool. We always usually like to keep these on the frame just because, you know, it makes it look like it's original and hasn't been like spray painted 1,000 times or stuff like that. You know, just a few little details like these bolts here and there just to make it look clean and factory. So we did the badge, the sport decal, just because we think the Wrangler Unlimited black offset on the Commando green looks the best. Keep it nice, simple, clean. We did want to leave, you know, at least those decals just to make sure it looks nice and original. So this Jeep, we've kind of put it on social media as the day one build because it only took one day where I was able to have pretty much a whole entire day off of both jobs, nothing else going on, kind of set aside a lot of time. So I was collecting parts as well up until then. So I was able to pull it in the garage from sunrise, looking complete 100% stock. You know, this is about winter time, so we don't have a full day of sunlight, but pulled it out that evening looking like this pretty much. Axle setup, pretty much we've got plans, a Synergy tie rod and then flip steer eventually. We do already have the tie rod, so that will be going in just kind of whenever this one gives out. So we're probably just gonna wait on whenever we do the tie rod to do the drag link, the flip steer, so we can kind of do it all at once, especially get some more use out of these stock parts. So on the inside here, it is pretty much stock. Obviously 6-speed. This Jeep did come with power windows, power locks, which is really cool. We actually never had that in a Jeep before. So we're back with the 6-speed, obviously. So it actually came with a leather steering wheel, which is really cool because we actually did swap that on Big Sauce. So this Jeep came with the Uconnect Bluetooth radio. As you can see, it has the extra buttons right here for that screen. Cool here with the buttons on the steering wheel. We can look at the compass, streaming right there. It kind of tells us what's really going on the radio, outside temperature. You know, we got our miles per gallon, 13.9, which is kind of going around the city, so that's not really highway. So that's not too bad for these heavy 37s. As well as the microphone up here for your Bluetooth calling. It's also got the power mirror up there, which is really handy. We never had that before. So previous owner had the factory Bluetooth regular stereo in here, and we did end up taking that radio out from Big Sauce, which Trill JKU, one of our team members, shout out to him. He hooked us up on this radio right here. Really cool. Got the Bluetooth, everything working. You guys have probably seen on a previous update video how we installed that. As you can tell, previous owner had some switches here and stuff. One of these plastic panels is going to be super cheap. It just pops in, pops out. Gonna get it off Mopar, so it'll be original if I can't find one out of another Jeep, just to kind of clean this up. Kind of taking a look of the interior here. We've got the power windows. Never had that in a Jeep. Really cool. This is my 4th Jeep personally. It was obvious that the previous owner had taken the doors off and went off-road. So, you know, there was kind of like some dirt and stuff in the cracks and crevices and the buttons and all that. So we got our solution and a bristle brush and just kind of went to town on everything. While we had the radio out, we had this panel off, so we were able to clean this panel inside and out, and then kind of clean everything else out, AC vents and all that. So it's pretty much back to new, but we do plan on having more fun and enjoying this Jeep. So we probably will end up taking the doors off to go off-road, etc. again. But it is nice to start with a clean slate and kind of know what we were really getting into. So here on the dash, we have currently 85,000 miles. We got the Jeep with 84,000 miles. If you guys are wondering about the lights on the dash, we opted out for the tire TPMS sensors or whatever. We're just gonna clear that little light with a tuner. The engine code is just a air sensor, airflow sensor or whatever. It's because of the air raid aftermarket cold air intake, so that's not really a big deal. That's just kind of something I'll probably eventually end up getting to later. So you've got your power mirrors right here. That's really cool. Just kind of figuring that out. Got a USB port that is in the console, which connects to the radio, so that's really cool. Also, there's a USB port on the radio as well, so you got a couple of those. Your 12-volt outlet right there. Also, this leather boot on the shifter. I'm not sure if that comes with all of them. That's really cool though. It came with the chrome shifter knobs from the factory as well, just part of the package, since this is a Sport S model. Taking a look at the rear tailgate here. This is how the wire is ran for the third brake light. Needs some black zip ties to hide it better, but basically just goes up in there. Pulled this black panel plastic piece back and then ran it to the top to the tail light. Rear cargo area is pretty much clean, just needs a little bit of a vacuum because we've been taking our dog out off-road, so that's been really fun. Not really sure what that is. Like a microphone or some kind of vent maybe. Take you guys for a look under the hood here. So as you guys probably saw on a previous update video, that we did end up cleaning out the engine bay, just because as mentioned before, the previous owner had been off-road, had never cleaned it. It looked like just making sure everything is nice, clean, and functional, easy to work on as well. Here we have the air intake. Basically, if you guys have not already seen on a previous video, there is like a K&N styled air filter, like one of those red ones, inside of this box. So that's pretty cool. I did not know that until I took this cover off to clean it all up. Also guys, one more thing, just remember that most of this stuff is temporary, so this will be changing a lot here pretty soon. So if you guys notice something that didn't really make a lot of sense, you can just always ask a question. We'll be more than happy to answer you guys. We really do appreciate all the feedback and you guys taking the time to watch this video. So stay tuned for the next walk around. We will be doing some videos in between, you know, off-road trips, installs, stuff like that, just stuff having to do with Jeeps. We might actually be incorporating sports cars or something like that eventually too, just kind of widening the variety of our content. So this is the 2013 Commando Green Jeep Wrangler Unlimited JKU walk around.